than 700 homeless youth in San Francisco, and 40% are queer. What we deserve as queer young people is supportive family-style housing. That means that SROs aren't enough. I'm sorry, staying in a hotel where you ain't even got a kitchen is not enough. We don't need to be on the streets. We don't need to be in emergency housing. We need safe housing.
What do we want? Housing! When do we want it? Now! What do we want it for? Everyone!
We need jobs, okay? I'm sick of these little 3-month programs where at the end you still ain't got a job. We have qualifications. We need a job just like everybody else, okay?
Okay.
We need jobs that are going to accept us and embrace us and fucking celebrate our diverse asses.
Housing equals safety.
People get attacked for being themselves. People get raped for being themselves. And saddest of all, people get killed for committing the supposed crime of expressing who they truly are on the inside, for being themselves.
We need safe spaces. We need to stand against this lie, and we need to create more community spaces for LGBT youth. We need to stop cutting them back and turning them back onto the streets and then putting them in jail.
I'm Kristen Lovell from New York City. We suffer from the same things.
Homelessness, hate crimes, disrespect, not having a job, not having health care, all of that. There's a lot of issues.
There's Atlanta. People down there are having more respect and jobs, and compared to New York City, where for us the Stonewall movement happened and we're still just left behind. Within the past year or so, you see more girls who've gotten work at like Dwayne Reed, but still you can't just walk in anywhere and expect to get a job. You know, it's just, it's hard. And even here, working here, I had to make strides. I'm the first trans woman to work for HYS. I predominantly work amongst gay males or cis women.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I work for the Gay Lesbian Center here in Hollywood. I myself had a history, and I've gone into this work into helping other youth get out of that kind of line of drugs, alcohol, sex, all that stuff. And then the people that I find going into outreach and stuff, a lot of people had the same past, and I think that's part of our movement out here, is that we have a lot of peer counseling. I'm there for them, and I think that's what they need. I think that a lot of gay youth coming to Los Angeles, they come thinking that they're going to get all their dreams and everything met, and they come here and they have nothing. They have nowhere to go and no resources. I don't think they realize how cold and how scary the streets of LA are at night. You walk up and down the freeway pathways, you'll see a lot of our homeless youth sleeping underneath them, and they're freezing. Out here we have a big epidemic on weight and image-based issues. A lot of them out here tend to starve themselves just so that they can look West Hollywood.
I'm Tiffany Pedro Tirado. We have thousands of homeless youth living in the streets of Portland, sleeping in the alcoves, sleeping in doorways, and our shelters only accommodate so many people per night. Although the bigger issues are still very important, it'd just be nice to just kind of reprioritize some of that money. Lots of really important programs that benefit our youth, especially our queer youth, are getting terminated or kind of moved around and not given much priority anymore. But things that we need on a daily basis that we struggle to keep up with are like socks, blankets, sleeping bags sometimes for people who can't get shelter at night. I think those things would be really handy to donate.
I would advocate for a lot more youth housing between the ages of 18 and 25. I feel like they're not enough.
Definitely need more shelters or CLPs, pick a term, some combination maybe, for the youth to go, because there's not enough. I've been on some waiting lists since June or July, and waiting lists are like up to 2 years. All things are a little more possible if you have a steady place to be at. Even if that place might not have food, the simple fact of having a place to be makes it better. That would be my next thing, though. I think they all deserve a link card. Yes, food. So I would go like days and days, like a week or so, and not be able to eat. And real case management. And I'm going to put the word real in all capitals, but the case managers all suck. Not on their fault. Part of it is there's just not crap resources. But the other half is there'll be like one caseworker for, 100 youth, maybe more. We were trying to get my medicals done. For the first 6 months, I was steady on people's butt, and then I was just like, oh, fuck it. It's not happening. So like real case management to be able to get the jobs or to get medicals or to get IDs, I think they should all be issued an ID, no hassle, because my partner's been trying to get an ID for the last 3 months, and you can't get ID without ID. And if you're a homeless youth and you were kicked out from your family and your family's in another state and they won't have shit to do with you, you're screwed. Which means you can't get a job, you can't get into school, you can't get a link card, you can't get anything without an ID. The only thing you can do is do something illegal, and you know, who wants us to be doing illegal? Half of us don't want to be illegal. But I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do to survive.
I'd also advocate for a lot more job training programs that open their door to anybody and everybody who's willing to work and trying to get their lives together. I feel like sometimes a lot of people just need that little push to get started, you know what I mean?